Now on 4 News Now at 6, the governing body of high school sports in Washington will soon vote on whether to change its transgender athlete policy. We'll explain why it won't go into effect even if it is approved.
Warm today, but the clouds have been moving in, and I'm tracking some showers and cooler weather in the first alert forecast.
Plus, the push to stop changing the clocks is back in Congress, and many in Spokane say it's about time. Why people in the inland Northwest say it's time to lock the clocks for good. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We begin with some breaking news. Since 5 o'clock, we have learned the names of some of the victims who died in this helicopter crash in the Hudson River near Jersey City. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. According to ABC, the CEO of a Spanish-based technology company was on board with his wife and 3 children. Augustine Escobar and his family were taking a helicopter tour of New York City. Investigators say they were only in the air for about 16 minutes before crashing. Since 5 o'clock, we've also learned the kids were 4, 5, and 11 years old. The 36-year-old pilot was also killed. No word yet on what caused the crash. This is still a developing story. We will update you as we learn more.
So that affects every single girl on the team, whether they were directly competing or not.
That is another voice in a controversial debate over transgender athletes' participation in women's sports. Earlier this week, a Spokane Valley man shared his concerns and confusion with City Council about a transgender athlete at East Valley High School competing against other schools in the district. Madeline Mullins spoke with the father today and shares what change is currently being advocated for.
This topic is a controversial one and a confusing one, with state and federal law contradicting one another. And that is one of the reasons why Paul Swift, whose daughter is on the track and field team at West Valley High School, was prompted to go to the City Council and advocate for his daughter's rights.
And I was at the track meet recently, and I kind of saw one of the events, and I looked up and I had to take a double take.
That double take was because Swift saw a transgender athlete competing in an event, something he thought was not allowed under federal law. Swift says he was concerned not only for his daughter, but for other girls on the team.
A boy competing takes a spot from their own team from another girl. Then you compete in the race, and some people think, oh, it's just a race. No, there's 8 lanes out here. 2nd through 8th were girls. They didn't get to take first place.
And he's not the first one to raise this concern. Several school districts throughout the state have asked the WIAA to consider 2 amendments to the handbook. The amendments, if passed, would create a 3rd division for trans athletes to participate in and state that participation in girls' sports would be limited to biological females. However, WIAA has stated that regardless of the vote, these amendments will not be implemented, saying the State Attorney General's office and the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction have told them they must follow state law.
We have fought historically in this country for women's rights, and I'm not going to stop now.
Some have decided to go directly to the U.S. Department of Education. 2 female athletes in Washington state filing civil complaints saying state policy violates federal law and points to the transgender athlete competing at East Valley High School who won last year's state championship event. That athlete telling 4 News Now she finds the civil complaint appalling and that the WIAA and the Washington Office of Public Instruction have implemented successful guidelines that have never been a problem and ensure equal opportunity for all. And while these changes to the WIAA handbook would not be implemented, they are still being voted on. That voting started yesterday and will wrap up by April 18th, with results shared on April 21st. In studio, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Madeline, thank you. The Coeur d'Alene Police Department is recommending criminal charges against 4 members of the private security firm involved in forcibly removing a heckler at a Republican town hall in February. Those recommended charges include battery and false imprisonment, according to newly released police records. And Marissa Rio joins us in studio now. So Marissa, court documents identify other potential victims in this.
That's right, Kirsten. Here is the now viral video showing Teresa Borenpaul being forcibly removed from that KCRCC town hall. Besides the 4 members you mentioned, police are recommending separate charges for another member of Lear as well. Records indicate that Borenpaul wasn't the only one who was physically touched by security, but 3 others were as well.
They continue to aggressively pursue me.
This is Ben Stallings, an attendee at the contentious town hall. At one point, Stallings said he shouted at the speaker.
Just kind of outburst, and Sheriff Norris happened to be walking by at that time, and he said, "You're out." And so I calmly stood up. I'm like, this probably isn't the meeting for me.
Records and Ben say he complied with the orders, but stopped to wait for his wife, who is visually impaired. That's when things took a turn.
That's when they grabbed me and they said, "No, you can't stop here. You have to go. You have to leave the property." And when they grabbed me, I actually pushed him back.
Police are recommending the 2 members of Lear be charged with battery for physically touching Stallings, one of which is the CEO. We reached out to Lear regarding all of the recommended charges, and its CEO replied via email. We are not at liberty at the moment to discuss this, but eventually you will hear statements from us. You can count on that. Records reveal Lear is appealing the city's decision to revoke its business license. The appeal read in part, Lear staff did warn multiple individuals for violating the rules of decorum, as well as for violating 2 misdemeanor codes, and then only acting at the direction of the county sheriff. Sheriff Norris is named in these police records, but is not listed as a suspect. I called and messaged an official with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office regarding its independent investigation on Sheriff Norris's involvement and have yet to hear back. The city's chief deputy attorney told me via email that the recommended charges against Lear are being reviewed and a charging decision will be made in due course. In studio, Marissa Rio for News Now.
Marissa, thank you. Let's send it now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker, who is tracking some showers in your first alert forecast.
Yes, a warm day across the region, but the clouds have been increasing this afternoon and this evening. And we do have a cold front that is crossing the Cascades as we speak. Here's a closer view on our radar. Not much in the way of precipitation has made it across the mountains yet, and is typically the case. A lot of that precipitation will be lost over the mountains to our west, and what will be left over will not be very impressive. Our forecast radar shows that precipitation making its way into the northeast mountains and the Columbia Basin, as well as the Waterville Plateau by 9 o'clock. Spokane around 11 may see some showers, some heavier precipitation in the central Panhandle Mountains, as well as the mountains of the southern Panhandle. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we will be clear. Here's a look at some of the precipitation totals updated since 5 o'clock, as we've gotten some more information into the weather office about how this system is producing. Plenty of rain in the mountains of the central Panhandle, but only hundredths of an inch, if that, elsewhere around the region. Meanwhile, in your evening forecast, expect dry conditions through about 11 o'clock. Then we'll start to see that rain moving in. Temperatures will stay in the 50s and 60s. I'll be back with your 7-day outlook. Another chance of rain on the way for the weekend in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. It could soon cost more to send mail. The U.S. Postal Service is trying to raise prices. The proposed rates include a 5-cent increase for first-class Forever stamps from 73 cents to 78 cents. The price to send domestic postcards would jump from 56 cents to 62 cents. Also, the cost to send metered letters and international letters and postcards would increase by 5 cents. If approved, the new prices will take effect July 13th. Spokane Valley Police might soon be getting more support to address sex trafficking in the area. For the last 2 years, detectives have been looking into illicit massage businesses. Alexandra Cohenyard shares the challenges that they've faced and where things stand with their investigation.
The Spokane Valley Police Department says it has been able to shut down 77% of the 17 illicit massage businesses they've identified here in the valley. Now that might push you to ask, what about those other 23%? I took that question here to the officials themselves.
Honestly, it's a manpower issue.
Detective Michael Keys has been leading an investigation on illicit massage therapists in Spokane Valley, a problem that police says has been getting worse in recent years.
What we've seen is they are run by an organized criminal network. This is not a mom and pop shop. This is organized crime that is occurring.
A 2023 ordinance hoped to crack down on this, but law enforcement says they encountered problems with enforcing city code. Now, City Council is considering revisions, including adding more business license regulations and making a violation a criminal offense.
You know, these amendments are going to give our investigators additional tools to be able to address the issues of human trafficking in Spokane Valley.
Spokane Valley Police Chief Dave Ellis says these businesses are targeting the most vulnerable populations in our community.
A lot of these people are not from the United States. They are being trafficked. They are being isolated from their families, and they are being forced to do some of the worst things that we can imagine.
According to the network, an anti-trafficking organization, the illicit massage industry is one of the largest sex trafficking markets in the U.S., generating more than $5 billion a year. Detective Keys says there is a cultural barrier to actually getting these women out of that lifestyle. However, says he will continue to try.
But if we can't, the next best thing is being able to eliminate them being trafficked in our jurisdiction.
These revisions will be voted on next week. Reporting from Spokane Valley, Alexandra Konyarts, 4 News Now.
Well, still ahead, millions in federal food funding slashed for local farmers and families. How this will impact local schools and food banks coming up. Plus, are you tired of changing your clocks? The U.S. Senate's debate on permanent daylight saving time, why some say not changing the clocks is about more than just an extra hour of daylight.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV. 4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF. This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds this weekend.
Spokane Riverkeeper and the Salish School of Spokane are connecting kids with the Spokane River. Through hands-on river science, kids are learning to protect the water.
We protect and restore the Spokane River for future generations. These students carry the language and history of the land, and their voice reminds us why this work matters.
Numerica is honored to donate $2,500 to Spokane Riverkeeper and Salish School of Spokane. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
The smart thermostat just got smarter, and Bill's Heating and AC wants you to experience the difference. For a limited time, new customers will receive the brand new Nuve Smart Thermostat free with every full system tune-up. And right now, the tune-up is just $59. Enjoy 24/7 monitoring, total control of your home's comfort, and help prevent costly breakdowns, all with one phone call. Call 208-777-5528 to claim this limited time offer today.
If you're someone suffering from neuropathy, you may be experiencing burning, numbness, and tingling in your legs and feet. You may also start feeling pins and needles and losing balance, which can affect your ability to drive or walk. No matter the cause of your neuropathy, there are 3 common factors: lack of blood flow, lack of oxygen, and lack of nerve innervation. Many people feel frustrated with their diagnosis because they go to the doctor and the doctor says the same thing every time. You have neuropathy, here's medication, and you have to live with it. But I want you to know there are solutions and we may be able to help. My name is Dr. Mathen Wheeler, founder of North Idaho Neuropathy. My team and I are dedicated to helping you restore nerve function and take back control of your life. As a community service, we're offering a free nerve screening to see if our treatment protocol, which can stop and reverse neuropathy, is right for you. So please pick up the phone and call today.
Welcome back. The Senate Commerce Committee is debating adopting permanent daylight saving time across the country. Scientists and doctors say getting rid of time changes could help adults and children with their sleep and other routines. Derek Strom is live in Riverfront Park and shares what some people here think about daylight saving time.
Kirsten, it's a lovely day here in Riverfront Park. People are enjoying the daylight. That's supposed to last until about 7:30 tonight. But in the winter, those time changes mean much earlier sunsets, and that's something that people hope Congress will take action on.
All of us have heard from our constituents on this. The American people are sick and tired of changing their clocks twice a year.
Getting rid of time changes is being debated in Congress once again, and members of the Senate Commerce Committee believe the system of changing our clocks twice a year is unnecessary and outdated. Studies have shown losing an hour of sleep during a time change can cause sleep deprivation, and switching to daylight saving time can cause a rise in car crashes. Many people I talked to around Spokane hope Congress gets rid of the time changes for good.
Without a time change, yeah, it would be no more confusion. I mean, we live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's going to get dark early anyway.
Especially losing the hour, not really gaining the hour, but it really does throw me off for the next week going into it, trying to adjust.
The founder of the Lock the Clock movement that's pushing for permanent daylight saving time quoted studies that show the number of heart attacks, strokes, and car crashes tend to rise after a time change. Many people I talk to just want more consistency with time changes and don't like how it changes their schedules. Time changes can also have an outstanding effect on children when it comes to their sleep and daily routines.
Losing that hour of sleep, I definitely feel like that has an effect on my kids.
I'm not a real night bird, but I like it light later.
Now, some are against getting rid of those time changes because it does reduce sunlight during peak travel times. And the Senate already passed the Sunshine Protection Act in 2022 that would make daylight saving time permanent, but the bill hasn't come up for a vote in the House yet. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
We can dream. Our high temperature today, 69 degrees. We did not hit 70, but awfully close. 55 is our average high. We're going to drop 10 degrees for tomorrow, at least in Spokane. Elsewhere around the region, we did get into the 70s in Pullman and Lewiston. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Revival Wellness Clinic.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family.
I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun. Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF.
Just Between Friends at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds this weekend.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
Did you know Corsair is an old-timey word for pirate? Me neither. But more importantly, it's a new-timey word for a luxury car that'll shiver your timbers at Northern Quest. It's the $110,000 Corsair Conquest giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could set sail in a brand new Lincoln Corsair. Grand prize drawing May 31st. Pre-party from 2 to 6 p.m. in case you're feeling, pillagey.
What if you could get brand new windows, entry doors, or patio doors now and pay nothing for 18 months? That's right. Pay nothing until October 2026. No money down, no payment, and no interest. Zero, zilch, nada. Don't wait. Your home deserves this upgrade, and your wallet will thank you. This deal is here for a limited time only. Call Renewal by Anderson today and get 20% off your entire project.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Move Fitness.
Join the movement. Welcome back. It is just beautiful. I know you said we didn't quite hit 70, but I wouldn't have noticed.
Degree short. Well, we are going to be cooling down, but brightening up because there's more sunshine on the way for tomorrow. Because right now, The Skycam is not very attractive, I have to say. Looking over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, it is gray, and in Coeur d'Alene, mostly cloudy skies, but warm. 65 degrees in Spokane at 68 in Coeur d'Alene right now. 4 things to know about your weather. We have a little bit of light rain coming in later tonight. It is going to be cooler on Friday behind our cold front, but dry. Some spotty Saturday showers. Now, I was at exercise class today and someone was talking about how it was going to be a rainy Saturday and they were changing plans. Don't change your plans over these showers. These are just some real hit and miss sprinkles, mostly sunny skies on Sunday. Here's a look at our weather patterns. Starting off at our current time, we have this cold front that's going to be coming through this evening, bringing that very light precipitation that will be long gone by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Dry all day on Friday with temperatures cooler behind our front. Now here's 8 o'clock Friday night. We are still looking dry, but we have a system dropping down out of Canada that's going to cool us down and bring these instability showers in the afternoon. Again, not worth canceling plans over. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they're almost gone by 7 o'clock, and then we cruise into a dry Sunday. Our high temperature trend, we were at 69 today. We're down to 59 Friday, then even below average on Saturday as that upper level trough moves in before we start warming back up again into the upper 60s on Tuesday, and then staying in the 60s through the end of next week. Friday's highs, meanwhile, 50s in most locations around the region. A few spots getting into the 60s, including Lewiston, Ritzville, and Colville. 63 in Grand Coulee and Omak, and 64 in Moses Lake, right around the Spokane area. 50s for Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, and Spirit Lake, as well as Liberty Lake. We'll be in the lower 60s in 9 Mile, Meade, downtown Spokane, and Spokane Valley. Your 7-day forecast looks like a pretty nice weekend. There's those few hit and miss showers. 31 degrees to start the day on Sunday. We still are nowhere near time to do any planting if you want to avoid frost, but we do have some warmer weather coming next week and higher overnight lows, some 40s Tuesday night into Wednesday, and Wednesday night into Thursday. Kirsten?
Glad to get that advice about not changing plans for Saturday.
Yes, I had to do some convincing.
I had some friends in exercise class talking about Saturday too. That's so funny.
That's where all the weather misinformation gets passed around. Ends up at the grocery store, next thing you know.
All right, thank you, Chris. Today, Washington Senator Patty Murray spoke out against the Trump administration's cuts to the USDA. Programs that connect food banks and schools with local farms are set to lose millions in funding in July. All this while local food banks are seeing an increased demand in our community. Mary Sheridan has the story.
We're talking about food banks that serve seniors and parents, people struggling to make ends meet.
In a virtual press conference today, Washington Senator Patty Murray emphasized the local impacts of the Trump administration's cuts to the USDA. In March, $660 million were cut from the local Food for Schools program, which allowed schools to provide students with fresh food and produce from local farms.
Trump is eliminating farmers' access to domestic markets by cutting important programs that help them sell locally.
It was also providing a direct new market for us as farmers, and it's devastating to lose that.
Programs that help support food banks are also facing steep reductions, even while food insecurity is on the rise around Washington. The Salvation Army Food Bank in Spokane is actively working to expand its physical space to keep up with demand.
Right now, we've seen a 25% increase in our numbers just from the previous months, and that number has been rising. We're over 100% of an increase since last year.
Captain David Kane says that the Salvation Army is enrolled in several USDA programs, but has not experienced any of the recent cuts directly. I'm back here in Salvation Army's warehouse where they keep their excess food. Now, in times where they've experienced food gaps, they tell me they've had to come up with creative solutions, such as reaching out to private donors. In the end, their goal is just to do what they can to serve the community. But Cal Koblentz, CEO at the Partners Inland Northwest in Spokane, says many food assistance programs can't handle budget reductions at any size.
Even a 5% reduction when we're experiencing a 60 or 70% growth in customers every year, is the wrong direction.
Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Still ahead, President Trump once again raises the tariff on imported goods from China to 145%. How the markets are reacting and what it means for your wallet next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout.
Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them Thursday, April 17th. Go to KXLY.com for a list of STCU locations.
ABC's David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. More Americans watch ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir than any other newscast.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Four News Now is brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Rodeo at the Spokane Arena, May 16th and 17th.
Around the nation, President Donald Trump met his cabinet today after announcing a 90-day pause yesterday on all reciprocal tariffs except for China. He and his team discussed the pause and brewing trade war. CNN's Brian Abel explains what's next in this ongoing trade war.
President Trump today further escalating the trade war between the U.S. and China, confirming the tariffs on all Chinese goods are now at least 145%. The U.S. stock market dropping in reaction, while China has levied an 84% tariff against the U.S. Today in a cabinet meeting, the president said he's, quote, very happy with the way the country is running, saying that a lot of countries have shown they want to come and make a deal on tariffs. The president says he thinks it's going to work out pretty well, but did acknowledge some struggles for the American people will be ahead.
There'll be a transition cost and transition problems, but in the end, it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Now, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said in the cabinet meeting some of the countries that were set to receive reciprocal tariffs before the 90-day pause are coming with offers they, quote, never, ever, ever would have come with without President Trump's actions.
We've have so many countries to talk to. It is
It's incredible. I think Scott and I, I'm not sure we could ever have enough time in the day to talk to all these countries because they want to talk and they want to talk now.
He was referring to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent there, who said in the cabinet meeting that President Trump will be involved in the tariff negotiations. When the president was asked about China and its tariffs, the president said, quote, "We will see what happens with China," and said he respected Chinese President Xi Jinping, would love to make a deal, and is sure the two would be able to, quote, "get along very well after." At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
Still ahead, the Spokane police chief says it's time to change how the department handles protests. The new approach the chief is implementing to prevent protests from escalating while protecting people's right to free speech. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF. This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds this weekend.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9. You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Scoop, beautiful lob on the move. He rolls right to the cup with his right hand. Same root pair slides through. Beautiful. Yeah. Band ahead to Murray. Oh.
Watch Blazers versus Warriors tomorrow at 7 on KXLY ABC4. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
This is community policing in a nutshell, what we're doing here.
Spokane police are taking a new approach to how they handle rallies in the city. It's called dialogue policing, and instead of officers showing up after being called, they will now be there full time, listening, engaging, and keeping the protests lawful. Hunter Bertram joins us now. He sat down with Chief Hall today asking how this will change Spokane's rallies.
Kirsten, Chief Hall says the way Spokane Police handles demonstrations is far outdated and needs to change. In his last job, he ran a similar initiative, putting officers right at the scene to keep the peace and make sure everyone's constitutional rights are protected.
We're part of the Spokane Police Dialogue team. Okay.
These officers in blue shirts and police vests will now hang around rallies, protests, and demonstrations the whole time.
We have to pay attention to how we're treating our community in every instance, not just, on a call for service.
Spokane Police Chief Kevin Hall today.
And I saw a fundamental point of friction at these demonstrations when we were behaving differently than we would in any other situation.
Chief Hall explains that friction causes escalation. Then the message of a protest turns
to what's going on with the police, and then we become sort of the target of their focus.
The goal with this new dialogue policing team to prevent escalation, violence, and ensure constitutional rights.
And why we're there is to protect people's rights that are outlined in the Constitution.
Chief Hall says in the past he's seen how coming in hot as a law enforcement presence only creates issues. That reason for why these officers won't have shields, helmets, or batons while engaging at a rally.
They're not dressed for a riot because we're not expecting a riot. If something occurs where public disorder happens, that means we failed.
Chief Hall also mentioned during our conversation that they hope being there, they can be a voice of reason if conflict does arise. As well, be there to listen if something unlawful happens that they don't catch right away. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now. We're almost to Friday.
It is almost Friday, yes, and we have got some beautiful weather ahead. If you are lucky enough to have a little bit of time off, here are 4 things to know about your weather. We do have a light rain on the way late tonight. It'll be gone by Friday. It's going to be dry Friday, cooler with some more sunshine. Some spotty showers possible on Saturday, mainly over the higher terrain, and then mostly sunny skies on Sunday. Hour by hour, your Friday forecast. We're going to start the day off with a few clouds, 43 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll be close to 50 at 10. We're going to be 10 degrees cooler tomorrow, but we're going to see more sunshine, especially in the afternoon and early evening. Noon, 54 degrees with sunny skies. Southwest winds tomorrow in the 5 to up to 15 mile per hour range. 57 degrees at 2 o'clock. Our high tomorrow, 59, which is still a little above average, although a drop from today. Mostly sunny skies, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful Friday evening. I'll be back in just a few minutes to go over your weekend forecast. Plus, we're getting to the very tail end of the ski reporting. I'll let you know what's going on at our local ski areas this weekend in the ski report. Kirsten.
I was wondering when our last ski report would be here.
It's coming up here, yeah.
All right. Almost. All right. Thank you, Chris. Big things are happening at the University of Idaho. The school saw record spring enrollment, earned R1 research status, and broke ground on a $162 million housing project as U of I continues to grow. Jordan Smith is in Moscow to get a look at the progress being made.
Well, you're listening to the sound of progress here at the University of Idaho. Right behind me, graduate housing being built as we speak. And then on the other side of campus, undergraduate students are getting a treat as well. Long overdue renovations for some of those dorms, including AC units and some brand new bathrooms. The future is bright for Vandal Nation. In February, U of I achieved R1 status, the highest research status a university can receive, opening the door for more research opportunities and graduate students to come to campus.
We've got a piece that can attract students to the university in a way that wasn't there before, really.
But housing options are dated here on campus, so the Vandals tore down their on-campus graduate apartments that have been around since the 60s to give prospective students a little bit more enticing set of housing options, building standard apartments and townhomes for students with families.
And those townhouses are going to be between 1 and 4 bedrooms in size, so it will be able to accommodate students, again, that have families. Regardless of the size of their families, they'll be able to be in those spaces and be able to live there comfortably right here in the heart of campus.
But that's only part of the $160 million housing makeover coming to campus. On the undergrad side of things, big changes are coming to the Wallace dorms and the famous Theophilus Tower.
They're going to have air conditioning in their rooms, they're going to have fully remodeled bathrooms, and they're going to have new furniture and new flooring, new everything in their rooms. And so they're going to be coming to, I think, a treat.
But only 3 floors will be fully renovated by the time students arrive for fall semester. As a former Vandal who went 4 years without AC, I'd recommend making friends with the students who get to break in those new amenities. The entire project is slated to be completed fall of 2027. In Moscow, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Wow, Jordan. Another impressive quality about Jordan Smith. He can handle no AC.
I don't know if I could.
All right, well, Clint Hurdle led the Colorado Rockies to their first World Series appearance in franchise history almost 20 years ago, and now he helps get them talent, plenty of it, in Spokane.
We caught up with the former NL Manager of the Year at Avista Stadium this week. Check out what he has to say on evaluating minor league talent right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
MASH is on MeTV for 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yep, that's 4 episodes of MASH.
Weeknights beginning at 6 on MeTV 4.2.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Residential Home Solutions is excited to announce our Win 25 and 25. This spring, you have a chance to win $25,000 in new windows and entry doors installed by our truly local company. To qualify, you must meet the following: be a homeowner and live in our region. No purchase is necessary to enter, and we provide free estimates to show what you could win. Go to residentialhs.com to enter or call 509-892-6460. Win 25 and 25 with Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements, custom fit for life.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Moo Fitness. Join the movement.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Spokane Indians championship last season didn't really translate to much recent help as you move up the Colorado Rockies farm system. MLB side coming off 3 straight last place finishes in the NL West, but despite this, team still has some excellent prospects in their ranks, and they're expected to have a little bit of experienced eyes watching them too. Clint Hurdle played over 500 MLB games back in the 1970s and 80s, later culminating in a managerial career that saw the Colorado Rockies earn their first NL pennant in 2007, and later he earned NL Manager of the Year with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2013. He now is back with the Rockies over the last 4 years, evaluating the talent across their minor league organizations, and he spoke with us this week on what special qualities he looks forward to report back to Colorado and what it takes to be a big leaguer.
I like to see energy. I like to see guys that aren't just checking boxes, because, you know, you'd like to think they'd all be excited. Sometimes performance dictates attitude, so you keep an eye on that. As far as hitting, I watch a couple components. When the hitters, I watch if they hit the ball hard where it's pitched, and when we're pitching, I watch the pitchers, see if they can follow the catcher's glove.
Hurdle's wealth of experience helps to evaluate all this talent so well. The Indians, of course, coming off that Northwest League title from last season. You can tune into 4 News Now Nightside to hear Clint's thoughts on how that title experience can translate over to this season. Indians can not only retake the series lead with a win tonight, but they would get back to 500 for the second time this year, still trying to get that winning record. Spokane's first pitch is already underway to Avista Stadium. Full highlights coming up on Nightside. More good news for the Spokane Chiefs ahead of their second-round playoff series this week. Lynn Berkeley Cat and Andrew Crystal, pretty solid players, both got named as finalists for the 4 Broncos Memorial Trophy that's given to the WHL Player of the Year. The line mates make up 2/3 of the Western Conference nominees. Portland, Medicine Hat, Calgary, and Prince Albert represented as the remaining 4 noms across the league. Crystal's the WHL leader in regular season points scored, second in goals, Catton third in points, and was one of 4 players with 70 or more assists. The Chiefs begin playoff round 2 against the Victoria Royals this Sunday evening at Spokane Arena. Gonzaga baseball is in the midst of their best run of the season, 13-2 over the last 15, and now they turn to the road, taking on the Santa Clara Broncos, USC Trojans, and Oregon State Beavers. Long road tests, nothing new to the Zags, but having this already more than halfway through the season, that's a bit unusual. A 19-day road trip, especially capped off against a top 10 Oregon State team, will not be easy. And the reigning WCC Player of the Week, Mikey Bell, shared his thoughts with us on the time away from Spokane.
I'm a California guy, so going back home to California in the nice weather, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's a little bit more tiring, but it's always super fun. Whenever you're with your best friends traveling around, can't really complain.
Gonzaga swept Santa Clara across their 4 meetings last season, including a playoff opening 9-4 win, and game 1 of their 3-game series Friday at 6 p.m. So lots of fun, lots of good baseball going around, and it's really great to get a little bit of those concessions at the Indians game.
Oh, of course.
I love ballpark concessions.
Have you had the one in the cap, in the helmet, I should say?
No, I haven't, but I did see it. The Augusta Burger, though, all the Master stuff this week, pretty cool.
There's
pretty
lots of
tasty.
snacks.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to have to share the whole menu with you. Thank you, Jack. Well, the legislature has passed a bill putting limitations on out-of-state National Guard troops from coming into Washington. Murrow News fellow Albert James shows us why Democratic lawmakers say the ban is necessary and why Republicans stood in opposition.
Substitute House Bill 1321 on third reading and final passage.
House Bill 1321 says no armed military force from another state can enter Washington and perform military duties without the governor's permission unless they've been ordered to by the president. Driven by other governors floating the idea of using National Guard troops to enforce federal immigration laws outside their states, Democratic prime sponsor Charlotte Mena of Tacoma says the bill maintains Washington's ability to set and enforce its own laws.
This could be about anything now or in the future that another state may want to impose on the state of Washington. I think we deserve to be in control of the policies here within our borders.
Supporters point to several other states with similar restrictions on the books, including Idaho, Rhode Island, and Texas. Governor Ferguson brought that up when he endorsed the idea after being sworn in.
Texas and Montana have adopted similar policies. Washington must join them.
The bill passed on a party line vote with all 19 Republicans in opposition. Senator Jeff Wilson from Southwest Washington questioned the necessity of the bill, saying federal law would prevent another governor from ordering National Guard troops into Washington. He's also worried about political divisions.
I think with today's tensions in the United States and each state, I think the bill should be put down, if nothing else, just to ease the tensions of something that speculation that I would offer up on.
The bill now heads to Governor Ferguson for his consideration. According to Representative Mena, he is looking forward to signing it into law. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Your Friday planner, we're going to start the day off in the 40s, heading to a high of 59, which is a 10-degree drop from today, but is still a little above our average high of 55. Expect some sunshine, especially in the afternoon. I'm taking a look at your weekend forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items. And new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But you better hurry. These deals will go fast. This week at Walker's.
With a P1FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Earn 3.5% APY. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Then what about the moment when you actually realize that you're not here by accident? That there is a God that really loves you so much that sent his son on a rescue mission for you.
This is something special.
We're going to do this.
Only
other side of temporary pain, you meet your other self.
God is setting you up to be blown away.
It takes 5 seconds to read an average text message. If you're driving a car going 30 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel 220 feet. That's a long distance. About 3/4 of a football field. Or enough room for 15 cars. Oh, so if all that can fit inside of 220 feet, then imagine how much the road could change while you read one text. So before you start driving, put your phone out of reach and stay focused on the road. Together, we get there.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
4 News Now is brought to you by Three Dog Night, coming to the First Interstate Center for the Arts June 14th.
Welcome back. I see some skiers behind you.
I know. We're really about to say sine die on this year's ski season, but not quite. There's still some fun to be had, and that is in your ski report. All right, here is the latest. First of all, I did go Saturday, and it was marvelous. 49 degrees north. They will be open as long as conditions allow. They're planning to go right on through April. They've, got different days of the week they're open. Check their website. They're not open 7 days a week, so double check that. Lookout Pass, they're going to be open daily until April 20th. Mount Spokane, the last day is Sunday, and Sunday is free. So there's that, but they close at 1, so don't go up at noon. If you want to ski free, get there nice and early. And Schweitzer, last day is Sunday. They have their big spring activities, and there's fun stuff going on, really, at all the resorts. This time of year, they really try to make it fun. And it's still, if you have never been skiing, this weekend is a great time to go. It's not going to be too cold, and that snow is really soft and slow because of the temperature of the snow and that little bit soft. It definitely slows you down. Great for beginners. Tracking our weather pattern. We have a cold front that is knocking on the back door here right now. That is going to move through this evening and bring a little bit of very light rain late tonight. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, that system is going to be long gone and will stay dry on Friday. It'll be cooler, but we'll stay dry and see some more sunshine. Here's 8 o'clock Friday evening. We have another system, an upper level trough that is going to be moving in for Saturday. And what that will do is provide enough instability to produce some convective showers, mainly over the higher terrain in the afternoon and early evening. You can see dry conditions down on Pullman or down in Pullman and through the Columbia Basin. And then right here in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho, we have that convective showers. Our snow level is going to be dropping down to around 3,000 feet. So you may be skiing on fresh snow on Sunday at Lookout Pass and Silver Mountain. Our high temperature trend, meanwhile, as that upper level trough moves in, we get another pretty good dot of cool air, and then we start warming back up again. We'll be close to 70 degrees by Tuesday. Long range forecast calling for a trend toward above average temperatures in the 8 to 14 day. And we're sandwiched in between above average precipitation and below average precipitation. Looks like we're going to have to wait and see on the 8 to 14 in terms of precipitation. Not a lot of wet weather in our 7-day forecast. Just a 30% chance of measurable rain on Saturday. Don't like those odds. If anything, I suspect you'll get a sprinkle on your windshield if you live in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, or Sandpoint. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Around the world, a prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia will be taking place tonight. Russia releasing a Russian-American ballerina who U.S. officials say was wrongfully detained by Russia for more than a year. The U.S. releasing a German-Russian citizen. ABC's Rena Roy has more on what led to the exchange.
Russian-American ballerina Ksenia Karelina now free, seen on Russian state TV boarding a plane to Abu Dhabi in a prisoner swap arranged by the U.S. You can see her here on the right on her way home on an American plane alongside U.S. officials after spending more than a year in a Russian penal colony. The U.S.-Russian dual national was serving a 12-year sentence convicted of treason last August for donating to a Ukrainian charity and attending pro-Ukrainian rallies. Russia's Federal Security Service saying Russian President Vladimir Putin issued the pardon for Karelina, her boyfriend speaking with ABC News last year just hours after she was sentenced.
My Ksenia is harmless. She's a sweetheart. She does not belong there. Ksenia is very proud to be American, and I'm pleading to the American government, bring her back, because she believes in you. Do not disappoint her.
This video from Russian state TV appearing to show Karelina handed over in exchange for German-Russian citizen Arthur Petrov. He was arrested in 2023 by U.S. officials who say he illegally supplied American-made microelectronics to the Russian military. The timing of this prisoner swap appears to be no coincidence, with Russia and the U.S. holding another round of talks today aimed at restoring relations. Russia seeking to normalize its relationship with the United States, this swap helping both sides point to a warming of relations, even as peace in Ukraine still seems far off. Karelina lives in Los Angeles. She was arrested in Russia when she traveled there to visit her family. Her boyfriend saying in a statement he is overjoyed she's coming home. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Looking for a car that feels brand new without the new car price? At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have what you need. Our certified used vehicles go through a 160-point inspection, backed by a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Plus, every certified vehicle comes with roadside assistance, so you can drive with confidence. Find your perfect vehicle today and shop quality, reliability, and savings, all in one place.
Build Heating and AC is making it easier than ever to stay comfortable at home. For a limited time, get a full system heating and cooling tune-up for only $59. And as an added bonus, new customers will also receive a free smart thermostat. So stay comfortable, save money, and gain 24/7 monitoring and control of your home's comfort by calling 208-777-5528 and scheduling your $59 tune-up today. That's 208-777-5528.
I'm Mark Peterson. The Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Okay, guys, only 2 hours today. Don't be late. Okay, everybody, what do you think? 30 more minutes?
Be part of the YMCA and find your fit in more ways than ever. We're saving a place for you.
Next, ET, Gabriel Macht suits up again.
Felt like coming home.
His wild plan to get the OG cast back together.
I kind of want to do it for the fans.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
911, what's your emergency?
There's been an incident in our lab. It's on fire.
A two-part thriller begins.
They're trapped inside!
We risk releasing a very dangerous virus on the public.
911 Contagion. New tonight on ABC.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, as the weather continues to warm up, families will be turning to activities like swimming to cool down. Tonight at 11, the tips one pediatrician has to keep your kids safe near the water.
Not warm enough to swim just yet in the inland Northwest. In fact, we're cooling down tomorrow and a little bit cooler Saturday. Only a chance of some spotty showers Saturday. Most of the weekend is going to be dry and quite lovely.
Yeah, the only place we swim right now is the YMCA.
Yeah.
At Spokane Valley YMCA. Shout out to the instructors there who are helping my 4-year-old learn to swim because they are so patient. You are wonderful at your jobs. All right, we'll see you on Nightside at 11 o'clock.